Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Sleazeball here. Week 7 wide receiver stardom sit-em is here. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you scroll down below, smash that like, smash that follow. It helps me out a ton. Trying to bring you the best fantasy football content to help you win your matchups weekly. Now, heading into week 7, break this down for you if you're new to my channel. The 2 boxes right there in black, the top team will be the away team. The bottom box will be the home team. I'll give you a green bar, all systems go. Yellow bar will be iffy. I'll let you know if I like him to play or not. And red bar is obviously sit him. And also, there's 6 teams on a bye this week. So you have the Carolina Panthers. That'll be Thielen out. Houston Texans, tanked out Nico Collins. Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb. Tennessee Titans, DeAndre Hopkins. Jets will be Garrett Wilson. And the Bengals will be Jamar Chase and T. Higgins that are out this week. So make sure they're out of your lineups. There is not that many injuries to the wide receivers as there is running backs. You are missing Justin Jefferson, of course. That's really the only big one right now. And let's dive into it, guys. Here we go. First matchup that I'm going to talk about here is Monday Night Football, the 49ers versus the Minnesota Justin Jefferson-less Vikings. So, Deebo Samuel, they say that his injury is day-to-day right now, but he is in a Twitter feud right now with Gardner Johnson from the Lions. And I feel like whenever Deebo gets on these fired up, Twitter banter, rage modes, whatever, he goes crazy on Monday night that week. So I'm going all systems go. Deebo and Ayuk. The Minnesota Vikings pass defense has been terrible. This should be a smash 49ers game. I mean, they have no Justin Jefferson. It's going to be really, really ugly for the Vikings. Heading down to the Vikings side. Now, Jordan Addison is one of my big sit-ems this week. His volume is going to be there. He could be a decent flex play. I just don't like him versus the 49ers. And Kirk Cousins in primetime, he's had one good game in his career. It is very tough to trust him. I mean, if you look at it like this, like Justin Jefferson had 92% snap share. He is number 5 in routes ran. Like everything is there for Jordan Addison. It's just a bad week for me. But he still will have a volume play, but I don't like him as a stardom to beat this projection this week. The shootout game in Chiefs Kingdom land. Here comes a crazy one for you right here. So, Keenan Allen is out of his freaking mind, man. This guy is on an absolute tear. He's number 4 overall in fantasy. He's averaging 20.7 points per game. You have Mike Williams out for the season. He is the focal point. His 31 years of age does not stop his route running and his ability to get open. It is insane the spaces that he finds. It blows my mind at his age how he's doing it. So he's also 9th in total targets on the season at 55. He is also still doing this on 90% snaps, which is 18th in the NFL right now at ranking. So he's not even like getting full 98% like Pittman or Cooper Kupp or Devonta Smith, something like that. But in this game, this is going to be a high-flying game. Keenan Allen always a must-start for me every week, no matter what. Joshua Palmer and Quentin Johnson are interesting plays. I know that Quentin Johnson, Herbert missed him on a deep ball. He hasn't done much yet. I feel like the breakout is coming. It's got to be soon. Joshua Palmer had a decent game. Josh Palmer's still like a decent flex play. I feel like 8 points, maybe a big, touchdown. It's risky play, but I still like them both. You could flex them both in if you need to. So they're not like a bad yellow for me. Kadarius Toney. This is one of my bold calls of the week right here on Twitter. Kadarius Toney is going to have a big game here versus the Chiefs or versus the Chargers. The Chargers secondary is depleted. They did get Derwin James back, but he was penalty crazy last week. I know you have Sky Moore. I know you have Rashee. I should have put Rashee Rice up there too. That's my fault that I don't. Rashee Rice, it should be all systems go green too. That's a mistake. So put Rashee Rice in green. I didn't put him in the video. I forgot. I've done so many. I'm forgetting. But Kadarius Toney's also going to be green for me. I feel like he's going to smash this projection. He's going to have one of electric games, and everyone's going to pick him off of the wire. I'm not saying he's consistent for the year. There's really no great metrics to anything about it. This is just a straight gut feeling call. I think that the Chargers are going to bracket Kels with Derwin James, and it's going to be because Derwin James is one of the best safeties to cover Kittle. He covers Andrews. He does this all the time. So this is going to be a rough showing for Kels this week, I feel like. But it's got to be someone, and I'm going with Kadarius Toney for the Chiefs. Indianapolis, Michael Pittman and Amari Cooper are going at it. The Browns versus the Colts. So Amari Cooper last week went off with P.J. Walker versus the 49ers. It was crazy to me that Amari Cooper had this big a game. I mean, not now you get the Colts. Now this Colts secondary is terrible versus the pass. Amari Cooper is on my Twitter as a must start wide receiver this week. But what's crazy to me is Amari Cooper is not even top 20 in snap share. He's not top 20 in targets. He's not top 20 in routes ran. Like all this is going to start to pick up here soon. Like it's kind of trips me out, but I still love the play this week. And Elijah Mitchell coming off a massive target game. He didn't do anything with him. I think it was like at 9 targets for 30 yards. It's like 6 receptions or something. It was really low margin, but that volume I like enough to put him in yellow. If you have tons of injuries, he could be a nice flex play. But that's about it for him. DPJ definitely on the sit-em. To the Colts side, the usage for Michael Pittman Jr. is insane, folks. Right now, Michael Pittman Jr. is number 5 in targets on the season. Michael Pittman Jr. is number 1 in the NFL at the wide receiver position in snap share. He never comes off the field at 99.8%. He is also number 1 in routes ran in the NFL. That kind of goes hand in hand. But, I mean, you can look at that different ways. So 254 routes ran, number 1 in the NFL. Also, number 7 in target share per route ran at 23%. All those metrics are super hard to bench. But Michael Pittman is my bench, and he's wide receiver 17 on the year too. But this is my bench, one of my big benches of the week here. The Browns defense is nasty, man. He's going to get Denzel Ward. That front seven's going to get after Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew threw 3 picks last week. I mean, it's going to be a really rough outing for the Colts this week, I feel like. And Alex Pierce and Josh Downs are all going to be sitting for me as well, just because the matchup purely. The division rivalry matchup of the Cardinals versus Seahawks. So Marquise Brown, this is going to be his big game right here. This is going to be a 15-plus Marquise Brown game. He's going to see 11-plus targets. The Seattle defense is 3rd worst versus the pass. Michael Wilson is maybe even flexible. He's seeing decent enough volume. But for Marquise Brown, I mean, he's number 9 in snap share in the NFL on the field at 91%. He's always out there and barely comes off the field. He's running routes at the 14th most in the NFL at 209. And he's got a 25.4% target share, which is better than Michael Pittman's number 5 in the NFL per route ran. Everything about Marquise Brown is like he's undervalued. And now that you hear Kyler Murray's coming, here comes all the Marquise Brown talk. Like instantly on Twitter, all Marquise Brown. Oh my God, here we go. It should have been like that the whole time. You should have been buying this guy a long time ago. His volume is insane. It's a great play weekly, even if they're down, because the Cardinals are usually down all the time. So, I mean, that's a given. Heading to Seattle side, DK Metcalf is driving me crazy. I mean, DK Metcalf is in no top 20 metrics, and he was drafted in the late 2nd round. So, I mean, his points per game is 8. He's under snap share, and he's not even a route leader at top 20. I mean, look at this. So think about this right now. KJ Osborne has 87 more routes than DK Metcalf. That's mind-blowing, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense. This should be a get-right game. The Cardinals' 2 corners are ranked the worst PFF corners in the NFL. This should be a Tyler Lockett DK smash game. You might even see Jay Season pop off here. So coming out of the bye, Jay Season was usually playing like 50% snaps. He got 74% snap share in week 6 coming off the bye. And only minimal game, but he has a lot of electric talent. I could have put him in yellow. This should be, but I'm just kind of worried it's a Kenneth Walker game. Like this is going to be a Kenneth Walker Charbonnet because Arizona's so bad versus the run too. But you still got to throw him out there because the matchup's so great. And the Cooper Cup Puka Nacua show. Actually, this is the wrong way. The Rams are at home on this one. But Puka Nacua missed a touchdown on an amazing Stafford across the body throw last week. It was ridiculous. Like drop back, cut it across. Puka was diving and Puka missed it like through his hands. He would have had another big game. But here you go. Puka Nacua on the moment right now is the number 2 in targets in the NFL behind Jamar Chase at 70. Jamar Chase at 73. That's still volume. I didn't think it'd be as good once Cooper Kupp got back, and you could tell that this is still the Cooper Kupp show. This is still his team. He's a must start. I mean, he just had 26 points. Could have had another touchdown. He could have 30 points a week at this rate with how Stafford looks. But Puka is still definitely startable every week. I mean, even you can't even stop Kupp. I could say you could double team him or triple team him, whatever. There's no stopping Cooper Kupp, but he's still a solid wide receiver 2 that is seeing massive volume still. He's still getting the 12th most snap share. Puka Nacua is still solid play every week. He is not as high on the routes ran, which is kind of a trip to me. Like when Cooper Kupp was out, it's dropped a little bit, but that's a given. But both these guys are starts for me. 2-2, no go. Heading to the Steelers side, coming off the bye, big win versus the Ravens before. They finally have their full team healthy for the first time since week 1. So Deontay Johnson will be back off IR. The target monster, Deontay Johnson. This guy sees 10 plus targets a game every time he's out there on the field and healthy. It's crazy. I think he's better than Pickens as like, not like an electric playmaker like Pickens is, but he's the reliable source of, targets and yards all the time. Heading to Pickens now, monster game. He's a Christian Watson wide receiver right now. Like if you want a guy that could win you a week, that is what George Pickens can do. He's got 2 games of 25 plus, and the rest are kind of 6-7. So he's kind of, if he gets that consistency level where he could average like 15 points a game, I'd be super excited about Pickens. But I'm still gonna play him off a hot streak. Like I'm throwing him out there 100%. The Rams secondary is super young. Nothing great about, they haven't really stopped him. I think they're like number 11 worst versus the pass, which is right below, being top 10 or bottom 10 versus. So I like both these guys in this play. I think it'll be a good game too. I think it's gonna be like a 27-24 game. It's gonna be really close because the Rams are missing Kyron Williams. It'll be more pass heavy too for the Rams. The Sam Howell journey continues. Terry McLaurin, all systems go this week. Fire him up. The Giants secondary is terrible. I mean, and Sam Howell threw for 3 touchdowns last week. He's thrown for 300 yards over 3 times. He's almost averaging 20 fantasy points a game. All these receivers. So here's something that's crazy, right? So let me just get this for you. Routes ran in the NFL right now. There's 2 teams with their whole trio in the top 20. The Washington Commanders are one, and the Colts are the other one. So to start off here, Jahan Dotson has ran 236 routes. He's number 5. He's only targeted on 13%. Jahan Dotson's had a terrible year. Terry McLaurin's ran 229. He's number 7, 18.3% targeted, a little higher. His game's gotten better as we've gone through the season. He had a slow start with turf toe. Curtis Samuel is also number 18 overall with 206 routes at 15%, and he's had 2 touchdowns back to back. I mean, you have to love the volume that they're throwing out. I don't like Jahan Dotson in this game just because Jahan Dotson, I can't even start now. He's been so bad. But Terry McLaurin, all systems go. Curtis Samuel could be a flex play. I like him as a flex. He's a high-end yellow for me, almost a low green. I mean, I could live with him as a flex. Giants side, I can't do it, man. This offense is just, what is in my nose? So bad. It is terrible. I mean, one of these guys has to hit, right? Like, I just don't know which one it's going to be. You have Darius Slayton. You have the deep ball. He could catch a deep ball touchdown. Jalen Hyatt catch a deep ball touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson's a little slot guy that's getting a lot of targets, but not a lot of points. Isaiah Hodgins was supposed to be, I was high on beginning to start the season. He's been nothing. The Giants is just really, really bad offense to watch, man. Heading down to Belichick land. So, Stephon Diggs is still Stephon Diggs, guys. He's wide receiver 2 on the season. He's averaging 19.1 points per game. He is, though, what the crazy part is he's also seeing less snaps than last year. So he's only ran 194 routes, which is 19th in the NFL. But when he's running these routes, he is targeted at a 34% rate, which is the highest in the NFL over Jamar Chase. I know Jamar Chase has more targets, but the amount of routes ran by Stephon Diggs to his percentages thrown at him is insane. Number 1 in the league. Josh Allen had a little injury. We'll see what happens. Looks like he's going to play through it. He's tough grit. I like Stephon Diggs every week. Gabe Davis had that inconsistent. I'm really scared to throw him on a stardom. It is the Patriots, man. The Patriots secondary is decimated by injuries. They're missing Hernandez. They're missing Judon. They're missing so many people. I mean, this is going to be a smash game. But Gabe Davis has these like disappearing acts for weeks. Like I was excited to see him get 10 points like 3 games in a row. But this could be that turn where it's like Gabe Davis, 3 ghost games in a row where he has 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. But I'm still going to say start him just because he gave me that consistent start. But I don't know. It's a rough, risky start for me. Patriots side, Kendrick Bourne just had a big game. But that's not going to happen against the Bills. Devontae Parker, Juju, they're all in trouble. Mac Jones is in trouble. Whoever plays quarterback after Mac Jones at halftime is in trouble. The Patriots are in trouble. Belichick should retire. It's over. This team is very bad. It's very tough to watch. I don't like any Patriots in the passing game. The best game of the year is here, or so far to me. Eagles, Dolphins is going to be electric. So the only problem here, Tyreek Hill and Waddle. I mean, Tyreek Hill, this guy is going to get 2,000 yards by week 12, man. That's what he's on pace for right now. He has 970 right now through 6 weeks. He's going to have 2,000 yards by week 13 at that rate. And he's unstoppable. It's ridiculous. Tua is number one in every category. The Dolphins offense is always must start. I don't even care if it's, the water boy. Throw him out there. He'll get a touchdown. But Eagles side, though, update concern is Devontae Smith pulled up on his hammy today. We don't know the update or the severity of the injury or what's happened. That would be a really bad hit. But this is a all green every player. I want every part of this game. Dolphins-Eagles game. The secondary for the Eagles is bad. The Dolphins are getting Jalen Ramsey back to practice, but he's not playing this week. This is going to be a high-flying scoring game on Sunday night. I can't wait to see it. You start everybody in this game except for the defenses, obviously. The Sun God came back to life. Monster game for Amon-Ra St. Brown. He still hasn't cracked fully into the top 10 wide receiver yet. He will. He had an injury. But, I mean, his average, so if you look at it like that, his average is in the top 10, but his total points is not. So he's still like a top 10 average receiver per game. His route participation is still at about 91%. I wish it would be full send. I know he's been, teetering with injuries here and there. But it's the Ravens defense, man. This secondary is battered, beat up. They have so many injuries. This is I'm almost tempted to say you could even start Jameson Williams and Reynolds too. But I'm going to put them in yellow just because Amon-Ra has drawn so much attention these last week that I think it's going to be the Amon-Ra show again. Heading to the Baltimore Ravens side. Zay Flowers is him. What a draft pick Zay Flowers has been as a rookie. It is crazy. So as a rookie right now, he's number 14 in total snap share. He's out there all the time. Better snap share than Amon-Ra St. Brown. Think about that for a second at the moment. He has ran I guess he's not top 20 in routes. I thought he was. So he's not top 20 in routes, but he is top 20 in snap share. So that's definitely positive. Got his first touchdown last week. But the Lamar Jackson Ravens offense still is not clicking to me fully, but this is a game where they could get it going in the secondary. But the Lions front seven is nasty. And Hutchinson's going to get after him. McNeil's going to get after him. It's going to be a really, really, really rough time for the Ravens. But I'm still going to go start Zay Flowers so you can get a quick pass. This guy, get him in space, and he'll do anything with the ball in open space. OBJ could be he's kind of a lower yellow for me. Could be a nice flex play. But I'm not super high on it. I just think it's okay. Rashad Bateman doesn't see any snap share. I don't know what's going on with him. First round pick to nothing. It's really strange what's going on with Rashad Bateman. Here we go. Big sit-em time. Thursday night football. Jags at the Saints. Calvin Ridley is going to draw Marquise Lattimore that is going to shadow him. This is a sit-em for me right here. And Trevor Lawrence, banged up knee, questionable coming into the week. I feel like this is just going to be an ugly game for the Jags. I even put ETN on sit-em as my bold call of the week, top 10 sit-em for ETN. But with Lattimore guarding Ridley and Zay Jones looks to be back. I don't know the full update yet. I haven't seen it. But I feel like this is a Christian Kirk game. So Christian Kirk is a yellow-greenish for me. I feel like he's going to have his big game here if anybody does. I don't think it's going to be Calvin Ridley or Zay Jones. I should have put Kirk in green, but I'll leave him in yellow. I still think it's a risky start, but I like Kirk the best out of all of them. Saints side. This is where you fire up Derek Carr for the first time all year. The Jags defense can get smashed, and they have a lot of weapons. Chris Olave still has not even come close to producing how he should be producing. So think about this for a second. At top 10 overall average wide receiver, Chris Olave is not in it. At top 20 snap share percentage, Chris Olave is not in it. At top 20 routes ran, Chris Olave is not in it. And at target per route ran percentage, top 20, Chris Olave is not in it. And you drafted him as a second, low end second round, definitely a wide receiver 1 draft pick. It's just not been clicking, but this is the game. I feel like it's going to be the big blow up Chris Olave game. I don't like Michael Thomas in this game, although what was interesting to me that I saw from Michael Thomas is that Michael Thomas is literally 47 targets on the season to Chris Olave's 53. So that may be why Chris Olave's numbers are kind of lower, I guess, this season. I guess Michael Thomas and the veteran status, or Derek Carr likes his veterans, whatever it is. Could be something like that. It's really rough for me to start Michael Thomas on this game. Rashid Shaheed, though, I've had a couple questions, Twitter, my phone, whatever it is going off today, about should they start Rashid Shaheed. He's such a boomer bust player. He is getting more work. He got more reverses. He saw more targets. He's seen a couple carries. That's good to see. They're finally finding out that his playmaking ability is ridiculous. Like, he's almost a playmaker like Olave status. He looks quick with the ball in his hand. He's a big body. I would throw him as, if you have major injuries, he's a nice flex start. It's still risky because he's still a home run hitter kind of guy, and you don't want to take that risk on just is he going to hit a home run or not, right? That's something I'd rather look for volume over that. Oh, the lonely Broncos country, man. It is Packers Broncos time, and Russell Wilson just threw for 95 yards against the Chiefs. Like, it's over in Denver. I mean, you could see one of these guys score, but I don't want to take the risk on it at all. Like, Cortland Sutton found a garbage time TD. But that's what the whole Broncos game is now, is garbage time points. So my opinion, you could take a shot with Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton, like flex or whatever. I don't like it at all any week. I mean, this offense looks so bad. I can't even watch it. So I'm going all red, the sea of red for the Denver Broncos, man. Now, Christian Watson, go buy him low with all you got right now. If you didn't see last week, so coming off his injury after hamstring, weeks 1 to 4, right? Came back week 5. The bye was week 6. So week 5, he came back. He played 48% of the snaps, got a touchdown. Week 7 off the bye. Or no, that was week 4, then week 5. So week 5 before the bye, his second game back off the hamstring, played 84% snaps, had 4 targets of 40-plus yards, bombs in the air. That is something you want on your team. Go get Christian Watson right now before it is too late. He's going to explode versus the Denver Broncos. He is going to be one of my stardom 100% plays this week, or one of my, I'm going to say, bold prediction plays this week. Romeo Doubs could even see enough volume to be flexed this week. I'm not a Jaden Reed fan at all this week. Since Christian Watson's back, Jaden Reed's going to get phased out. He's kind of a home run hitter, kind of look like a Jameson Williams kind of play like that or something. But Romeo Doubs, he's still a decent enough target floor. He's okay. Low end flex play for him. The Raiders and the Bears. This is one of my. This is the bold top 10 overall wide receiver sit-in, but I'll get to it in a second. Devontae Adams has had 2 bad games. They are playing the Bears secondary. This secondary is the worst in football. I don't care if it's Aiden O'Connell. I don't care if it's Brian Hoyer. I don't care if it's Jimmy G. They are going to eat. Devontae Adams is too good to be stopped, and he'll open it up for Jacoby Myers. I like both these Raiders in this game 100%. Tay and the Raiders are winning, but Tay has been nothing, which is crazy. So I think his big game is coming, and it's going to happen right here, right now. So DJ Moore, guys, is the wide receiver 3 on the year. Justin Fields is now out. They're saying 1 to 4 weeks with a MCM tear, dislocated thumb is the thing I read on Twitter, or MCA, whatever it is on Twitter. I don't know the medical term, but so that is on his throwing hand. That is going to keep him out. It will be either Nathan Peterman or Tyler Stenberg. I don't even know his name. Stamar, whatever it is. It's going to be ugly, and they're going to get attacked by Max Crosby heavy. But for some reason, I have this gut feeling that Darnell Mooney has a bigger game than DJ Moore. That's why I put him in yellow. Just one of these freakishly weird things that I think the Raiders are going to tee up on DJ Moore, and they're going to keep Darnell Mooney. He'll have a better chance than DJ Moore this week to me. But DJ Moore's numbers are through the roof, man. So He's number 5 in snap share on the field, and he's number 11 in routes ran in the NFL. I mean, all his metrics are insanely crazy. But I'm just going against the grain here. I just feel like without Justin Fields out there with the rookie quarterback that has no idea to be deer in the headlights, and I don't like DJ Moore this week. The Dirty Birds, man. So, Drake London is on a heater, guys. And you never leave the table on a heater, man. I know they're playing Tampa. Tampa's pass D is not that great. Their run D's a little better than their pass D. Desmond Ridder has now thrown for 300 yards back-to-back games. And he threw the game away last week. Like, it was so ugly. But his interception was terrible. He got crushed on Twitter. But I'm going to ride Drake London right now. You got to ride the Lightning, man. I think that he could have another big game here. And I'm going to put him in green, Mac Hollins, obviously, in red. I don't like Mac Hollins at all. I just don't want to because his name's on there. Now, Bucks side. Double sit 'em for Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. And it's double sit 'em because it's double trouble at corner in Atlanta. Jeff Okudah and AJ Terrell are the best corners duo in football, and they lock down everyone. Like, think about 2 weeks ago when Nico Collins was wide receiver 5. I said sit him. He's playing the Falcons. Crushed him. Every single wide receiver 1 that plays the Falcons gets crushed. Chris Godwin may have a better chance than Evans because he plays a little more slot, but the Falcons pass is really good. I don't like any of these guys in this game. I mean, they're big names. You're still going to probably start Mike Evans as a big name, but I'm telling you, I don't think he's going to have a big game at all. And that is it for my Week 7 wide receiver stardom sit-em, guys. As always, if you like the content, scroll down below, smash that like, smash that subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, drop them down there, and I'll try and get to it as fast as I can. I have one more video coming today. I'll do my stardom, sit-em, tight ends. And then tomorrow I will dive into a bunch of different things of, buy low, sell high, bold predictions, bunch of stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, man. Peace.